Fabrizio Romano has just dropped a major Manchester United update, and it changes everything. Rashford's future, Vinícius Júnior and the next midfield signing are all about to make a lot more sense. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what Manchester United's summer actually looks like. This is the Red Break. Let's get into it. Let's start with Marcus Rashford, because for weeks there's been noise. Turkish clubs circling, Fenerbahce constantly linked, fans online already writing his United obituary. Fabrizio Romano just shut that down hard. According to Romano, there is no truth in the Fenerbahce links. None. Rashford is heading back to Manchester United to restart training. And here's the part that changes everything. Michael Carrick is actually looking forward to working with him. Think about that for a second. This isn't a manager tolerating a player he's stuck with. This is Carrick actively wanting Rashford in his group. Now, before you get too comfortable, there is a twist here. Rashford's release clause has now expired, gone. But Romano says an exit is still possible this summer, only if a top European club comes forward with a serious proposal. So read between the lines. United aren't pushing him out the door, but if Real Madrid or PSG or someone at that level knocks, the door isn't locked either. That's Rashford, contained for now. But United's midfield situation, that's where things get chaotic. Manchester United have officially reached out to Manu Koné's camp, confirmed by Romano himself. United want another midfielder, specifically a defensive one, someone who can run box to box, someone who brings fresh legs into a midfield that's already been rebuilt once this summer. Here's the catch. Talks right now are only with the players' side, not with Roma, not yet, because Kone is currently away with France at the World Cup, which means this one is moving in the background, quietly, while the football world is distracted elsewhere. But Kone isn't the only name on that list, not even close. Internally, and this is key, internally, from actual meetings inside the club, two more names have come up: Eduardo Camavinga and Carlos Baleba. Let's talk Baleba first, because this one is far along. Personal terms are already agreed. Romano confirms the player is keen on the move if it's possible. That's not speculation anymore. That's a player who wants this transfer to happen. So what's stopping it? Money. Brighton want £100 million for Baleba. The Sun and Give Me Sport are both reporting the same thing. Baleba only has eyes for Old Trafford. Personal terms are done, but the fee is the wall United still need to climb. £100 million. For a midfielder who isn't even the headline name on this list yet. Now Camavinga, less advanced but still very real. He's being looked at as another internal option alongside Baleba, meaning United aren't choosing between one midfielder anymore. They're building a shortlist and treating it like a genuine transfer battle within their own recruitment department. And here's where it gets even bigger. There's a fourth name in this midfield rebuild, and United might actually be closest to getting this one over the line quietly, without half the noise. Berge, Fulham's midfielder. Michael Carrick is seriously considering a move to add him to his engine room. United have already completed deals for Andrey Santos and Youri Tielemans this summer. Two midfielders done, and they're still not finished. Ineos reportedly believe a deal for Berge could be completed for under £40 million. Compare that to the £100 million being asked for Baleba, and suddenly Berge starts to look less like a backup option and more like the smart, efficient signing this rebuild actually needs. Berge joins a growing shortlist that already includes Kone, Alex Scott and Baleba. United want a defensive-minded midfielder specifically, and Berge, a player once linked to Old Trafford back in the Solskjaer era, fits exactly what Carrick is looking for. So pause and take that in. Santos in, Tielemans in, Kone being chased, Baleba agreed personally, Camavinga an internal option, Berge emerging as a value target. That's not a midfield tweak. That's a full engine room rebuild happening in real time. But United aren't done rebuilding just the middle of the pitch, because there's a story breaking that nobody expected this summer. Manchester United can afford to sign Vinícius Júnior. Here's what's happening in Madrid. Real Madrid are undergoing a major rebuild under former United manager Jose Mourinho, and that rebuild could see big names change colours. Earlier this summer, United tried for Aurelien Tchouameni. He chose to stay. But Vinícius is a different situation entirely. His contract extension talks with Real Madrid have hit a wall. He's now entered the final 12 months of his deal, and Madrid are facing the very real risk of losing a player of his level for absolutely nothing next summer. According to French journalist Romain Molina, most clubs in world football simply cannot afford a move for Vinícius this summer. The transfer fee, the signing bonus, the commissions, the salary, it's a package most teams can't touch. Manchester United reportedly can. United are believed to be the only club with the financial muscle and the squad space to pull off a deal of that size. Reports have already claimed Vinícius's representatives have been in contact with several Premier League clubs through intermediaries, and United are said to be kept informed of the situation. But, and this is important, there's a sequencing issue here. United want a new left winger, that much is clear, but their priority is to offload Marcus Rashford first before making a major move in that position. Remember what we covered earlier, Rashford's coming back. Carrick wants to work with him, and an exit only happens for the right offer. So a Vinícius deal isn't as simple as writing a cheque. It depends on what happens elsewhere in that squad first. United have also been strongly linked with Crescencio Somerville from West Ham, but he now looks to be edging closer to a move to AS Roma instead. So the winger picture is still very much unresolved. Now, one more name before we wrap this up, because while all this noise is happening, Rashford, Kone, Baleba, Vinícius, there's a player whose situation has actually gone quiet, and that silence tells its own story. Amad Diallo. Back in June, Amad's camp were informed directly of United's stance. No intention to sell him this summer. Despite being linked with several clubs across Europe, United have made it clear they want to keep him and they trust him. Think about what that says. In a summer where United are willing to let a £100 million midfielder negotiation drag on and willing to consider losing Rashford for the right price, Amad is the one player they've drawn a hard line around. So here's where United actually stand right now. Rashford staying, wanted by Carrick, exit only for a top European offer. Kone, early talks, player side only, waiting on the World Cup to finish. Baleba, personal terms agreed, £100 million fee still the barrier. Camavinga, a genuine internal option alongside him. Berge, the value alternative United could complete for under £40 million. Vinícius, a genuinely stunning, financially possible move, but tangled up behind the Rashford situation. And Amad, the one name United simply refuse to let go. This isn't a club drifting through a transfer window. This is a club actively rebuilding an entire engine room, keeping their academy talent and somehow still finding a way to be linked with one of the best wingers on the planet. The next few weeks are going to define this entire season before it even starts. But what do you think? Should United push through the noise and go all in on Vinícius, even with Rashford still in the building? Let me know below.